Hello friends, and welcome to another product review with jimbowalks. Today, a quick review of the Uquip handy aluminium foldable table. Now, regular viewers of the channel and subscribers will have seen this featured on, I believe, every jimbowalks adventure so far, so that gives you a pretty good indication that I like this table. Just some of the basic details: it measures once folded out, and I will demonstrate that for you in just a moment. It's 40 centimeters by 28 centimeters. There's two different heights, so I believe you can be 10 or 11 centimeters, quite low, which is how I have it in my tent, up to 15 or 16 centimeters when fully extended, its height. That's useful for the beach, for example, where I am today. It's an excellent table. It's super lightweight. It's less than a kilo, I think, like 800 or 900 grams, which is really fantastic. And it's really great value as well. I can't remember off the top of my head the price, but I'll put it just right here for you so you can see. But it was really exceptional value, and I've been really happy with the build quality of this item. It's, considering it's so lightweight, with it being aluminium, it's really strong as well. It takes up to 30 kilos. Okay, I'm never really testing that to its capacity, I suppose. I'm mostly using this for cooking and organizing things when I'm on a camp, and prepping and things like that. But I really feel as though it's strong. You can feel like it has real structural integrity. That's obviously really important. It opens and folds really easily. It has just two poles, and I believe they're not aluminium. So I can put it up and take it down in like less than a minute. I can do that. And the only times I ever encounter any issues with this is user error, when I'm being a little impatient and I'm not lining up the pole correctly so that it doesn't fit through all of the holes on the tabletop. But if you take your time a little and just use it correctly, there's no reason why you would have any issue with this. This has been really dirty and it's cleaned up perfectly. It's been wet and it's dried perfectly. It's been thrown around and banged about and dropped, and it has very few tiny minute like aesthetic scratches, I suppose. But the actual build quality is so reliable and so impressive that it's just awesome. As you can see, it also comes in this polyester carry bag. That's actually really useful. It has a handle here for carrying. I tend to strap it to the side of either of my rucksacks actually. As with lots of my product reviews, I don't deny that there are better versions out there, but I'm usually coming at it from a cost-effective standpoint, and if I'm trying to get something that is excellent value and excellent quality, then this is a fantastic example of that. And I highly recommend the Uquip handy aluminium foldable table. Hello, and thank you for joining for another beer review here on Jimbo Walks. Today we're actually reviewing two beers that are fairly similar, but very different in certain ways. So I thought it was a great opportunity to compare these two very popular beers here in Spain, and especially here in Andalusia, in the south of Spain. Number one is Victoria Malaga Lager. Number two, Alhambra Singular. Now for the Alhambra is from Granada, here where I live, and the Victoria Malaga is, of course, as the name suggests, Málaga. It's una cerveza malagueña. These two beers actually have quite similar taste profiles. They are both lagers, and as anyone that has viewed my other beer reviews will know that I generally have a preference for ale over lager, but these are, I would say, two of the most popular options, especially here in the south of Spain. The Alhambra is 5.4%. It is a pale lager, so even on the lager chart, it's further down in terms of the character and the body and the intensity, but it is 5.4%, so it's a little on the stronger side for a pale lager. Victoria is in many ways very similar. It's a relatively light body. It has lighter tones of fruit, citrus, the aroma, hoppy flavour. It's all there, but it's really taken down a level in comparison to some of the beers we've looked at on the previous reviews. And of the two, my preference would definitely be the Victoria. Now, the reason why I prefer the Victoria is that whilst these two are very similar, I think that Victoria is taken up a level in almost every area. So it's still not an amazing beer. I wouldn't even say that it's great, but it's good. It's definitely a good beer. The comparison between these two beers is really an excellent example that strength, in terms of alcohol strength, is not everything by far. As I mentioned, the Alhambra is 5.4%, the Victoria is 4.8%, but there is far more intensity in the flavour. It's a richer, deeper, more textured flavour in the Victoria, without a doubt. Now there are 4 or 5 really popular Alhambra drinks, but there are probably a dozen or more in terms of like more kind of limited edition varieties. There are some really excellent Alhambra drinks. Alhambra is the drink of Granada. It's brewed here in Granada, and you could do a lot worse, absolutely. But this particular one is like the base level, and for me, it's pretty much the worst one of all of them. It's not terrible, it's drinkable, it's acceptable, but it's really nothing great. I would drink it, but I wouldn't buy it. Definitely not. The Victoria, however, I would. I would never really want to have more than a couple of these, just because it's super gassy in my opinion, as is the Alhambra. As with most lagers, I feel quite bloated after drinking it, to be honest. All this talking has made me thirsty. Let's do a taste test as well. First, the Victoria from Málaga. Yeah, you see, it's not a million miles away from a slightly lower quality IPA or a bitter ale. It's not too far. It does come close to some depth in some of those areas, like the hoppiness, the fruitiness, the citrus notes coming through. The complexity, it gets close to being not bad, but it just falls short. It's just not quite there, for my liking at least. I should have done this the other way around, really, shouldn't I? Next, let's take a look at the Alhambra Singular. They're both a little shaken up. They're cold, but they've been in my bag. They are quite similar. The profile is really quite similar, actually. But it's just that the Alhambra is like taken down a level. It's dialed down. All of the intensity is taken right down. And it's a pale lager, so I would expect that. Going from the Alhambra Singular to the Victoria Málaga, it just takes it up a level. You can taste the difference is immediate. It's heavier, it's richer. It also tastes slightly more... It tastes more organic as well, a little bit more natural. There's not much in it, guys, in all honesty. There is a difference in the intensity. There's a difference in the quality. I can taste the difference, definitely. But really, they're much of a muchness. And my final advice on this would be just, I would potentially ditch both of these options and go for a better lager. I'll recommend some of those in a future video. So, in summary, these two lagers, very similar in many ways, but the Victoria is better in virtually any way that you could compare these two. It's not miles better, but it's certainly a good beer. I like to drink Victoria. I have fond memories of drinking this when I lived in Malaga previously. The Alhambra Singular, this particular Alhambra, it's crucial that we make the distinction here, because there are others on draft that are really delicious, and this is just one that even on draft, it's substandard in my opinion. It's pretty poor. It's not as bad as something like Mau or Cruz Campo. Both are beers that I'll review in the future, although I really don't want to. But I think that, I want to give a more detailed assessment of Mau and Cruz Campo, since I'm constantly slating them. This is way better than those two, but that's not saying much. Thank you so much for watching today's beer review. I hope you enjoyed the comparison. I hope it was interesting. I wanted to introduce my viewers to the most popular beers here in Andalusia, in the south of Spain. These are household names. They are consumed across the country, actually. And it was kind of interesting, more a challenge in certain ways, to take a really standard, nothing special, but there's nothing wrong with it, kind of beer. It's been interesting. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate your support. Please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, share with friends and family, support the channel in any way you can. It's always appreciated. Thank you so much. Take care.